Hello and welcome to Revsportz. Yet another video that we start off with some sort of,
Mishap.
At the end of the tour, actually, Snehasis, let's promise them, we'll do a bloopers video with all our bloopers. Currently, though, the bloopers are coming more from our own team's side. No, not the Revsportz backend. That's doing a good job. It's about the Indian women's cricket team in the World Cup. It was, I would say, not a good start. The results were good.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of chinks in our armor. Of course, when you play bigger teams like South Africa and Australia, those are exposed. We have already spoken about a number of things, like, for example, strike rate, strike rotation, Pratika Shafali issue. One thing that we need to discuss, and I don't think that has been discussed a lot, that is the field placement, the captaincy in general, and of course the captain's woeful form.
Yes, absolutely. I think, in the last game against Australia, especially in the death overs when, Australia was, closing into that target.
Yeah.
I think things could have been a bit tighter with better field placements. So I think, and when you're talking about field placements, everything is on the captain, right? Especially on the field.
Exactly.
Yes. So
that you can't put on the team management.
Yes.
Nobody else. The coaches. Again, the coach might send a message that give to so and so bowler,
Yes,
but ultimately it's the captain who's taking the decision.
Ultimately, the players are on the field according to the situation. They are the best, person to take the right call. And then, who is the leader out there? Obviously, our captain, Harmanpreet Kaur. So I think things could have been tighter, and the most problematic thing I will say, the reactiveness.
That's the problem. Unfortunately, the captaincy has not been proactive, it has been reactive. And I'll explain what Snehasis is trying to say actually. That, for example, when Sri Charani was bowling, there was no fine leg, and the ball was on middle leg. Gardner hits a boundary. Once the boundary is hit, then she placed a fielder there. Another example, I don't think it would have changed a lot, but I remember against South Africa, if I'm not wrong, there was South Africa or Australia, I think South Africa, yeah. A six was hit over deep mid wicket and Kranti was standing there. After the six was hit, the captain realized, Smriti is taller than Kranti.
Yeah.
So for catches like that in the boundary, Smriti would be the better one. So immediately after that six, the fielders were exchanged. Now my point is, I'm not claiming that that six could be saved, not saved. That's already spilt milk by now. But the point is, you should have thought of that before. And you have been a captain for so many years. In fact, I was the one who had asked her just before the World Cup started, yes, that how differently does a captain prepare when for a T20 World Cup and a 50-over World Cup? Because while Harman has led us to a number of T20 World Cups, but this was her first ODI World Cup as captain. And she had kind of said that it's almost the same, and she has captained in ODI, so she has the experience. Does that experience seem?
Right now, it's not. It's I will say it's 60% or 70%. And see, I think the general captaincy is fine. I think that is not one thing that you are looking for. You are looking for those moments where your captain will come up with defined plans and get you the success. I think those were the crunch moments that you need to win a World Cup, to go all the way for a World Cup glory. And as you mentioned some example, another example was in the Australia game only, the Ellis Perry slip one. When N. Sri Charani bowling, the slip was there.
Yes.
But when the very next over, when Ellis Perry was batting, Dipti was bowling, and she got a nick, which went out for 4. And it was a genuine catch at the slap.
Had it been Perry's 10th or 15th ball, I would think, okay, she has seen where Perry is trying to target and accordingly she has set the field. But that is not the case.
It was very early.
It was the 4th ball of Perry's innings and Deepti. So who are your lead wicket takers? I think that is also a huge issue. That is the clarity there in the captain that these are my strike bowlers, these are my wicket takers. Because if that's the case, then Deepti is one of your wicket takers. So against Deepti, that slip was absolutely necessary. And it was edged, it went flying, and Perry still, of course, survived. And in fact, I think, see, ultimately, when it's a boundary, and you look up to the score, you're no more 0 not out, you're 4 not out. Yes. That changes a lot, even if the boundary is a streaky one. So that part, I think, other than that, even when Sekukune was batting,
yes,
we had expected, so if Sekukune and De Klerk is batting, your best way to put South Africa on the back foot is keeping Sekukune on strike.
Yes.
But there was enough space and there were players in the boundary line as well. Sekukune was not going to hit boundaries. In the same way, when Kim Garth is a way better batter than Sekukune. But still, for her, you cannot keep the field as open as you're keeping for someone like Ellis Perry. They're not the same level of batters. So that pressure, I did not seem like that pressure was put on. These are the small moments of the game. Would that change the outcome of the game? Don't think so. Maybe not. But at least you put them under pressure. You never know with Sekukune wasting a few balls, De Klerk would have been forced to take a little more risk. And once you're forced to take a little more risk, you never know what comes out of that. Think of this, against Bangladesh, De Klerk under pressure had actually given 2 catches. One dropped in no woman's land and the other one was dropped.
Yes.
Had that catch been taken, the match would have had a completely different outcome. And Nigar Sultana Jyoti, on the other hand, when Masabata Class was batting, was continuously talking to her fielders and saying, single dishna, which means in Bengali it's single dishna, in English it basically means don't give singles. That is because you don't want to rotate the strike. Significant ones. Do you think that so far the captaincy more has been on let the batters make a mistake, then we'll get a wicket?
Yeah, as we are talking, that it has been very basic, right? With the new ball, you try with your best, bowlers to take early wickets. If not, then simple funda, in the middle overs, go with your spinners. And if obviously in the death overs, whatever the overs left for your best bowlers, you go with it. There is nothing, as we have been discussing for the last 1 year or more than 1 year, there is nothing plan B or plan C.
Absolutely.
You come up with a defined plan. See, I think right now, bringing a pacer in the middle overs, it's a normal thing right now for every team. You bring one Kranti for wicket, she will get you a wicket. It's not a new thing. It has become a basic plan right now. I think before, 8-9 months before, it was something new that you were trying to do. And when it was giving you result, that one, okay, your captain has done something new and it has come as fruitful for you. But right now it has become a basic plan and that is what they are following. So I think again, no plan B, plan C, and that has backfired Team India in both the games against South Africa and Australia. And as you mentioned, inability, to restrict them to get those singles, and give the strike batters more opportunity to bat. And I think that has backfired also.
Yeah, and the other thing, I'll explain with another example of how you create chances as a captain. So, obviously, each one of you following women's cricket would know how well Pratika and Smriti were batting in the Australia bilateral series. In the first game itself, when Pratika was batting absolutely beautifully, one of the short balls, she, played a very nice back foot punch and it went to the boundary. Nowhere was it streaky. But suddenly, I saw Healy, and I think tweeted this as well. I saw Healy running to Perry, who was in the point region, and they were chatting about something. In seconds, they changed the complete field. They got from point to backward point. They set up a gully, which was it was between fourth slip and gully, and the cover came to a point. So they covered that whole region and started pushing Pratika to the back foot. Resultant, Pratika actually edged one because she was trying to play the back foot drive, and they kept that cover region open so that she tries to play it through cover, inviting her, and she did fall in the trap. But unfortunately, the catch just fell in front of Beth Mooney and went to a boundary, or it went through Beth Mooney's hands. I cannot remember exactly, but there was the catch. That plan worked, and if you look at it, they carried on that plan in this game as well.
Yes.
But my point is, when a partnership is happening, you have to get something going. When a partnership is happening, all of a sudden, our team looks clueless.
Yes.
And that is when
get dropped.
Absolutely. And yesterday, for example, again, not yesterday, day before, I think it was a thriller of a match between South Africa and Bangladesh. And Nadine de Klerk hit a boundary on the first ball of the last over. And the shoulders of the young girls were dropping because Bangladesh has a lot of young girls. So Nigar was again screaming, "Khela ekhono shesh hoyni, khela kintu ekhono shesh hoyni." So she was reminding the girls that what, the match isn't over yet. Let's continue. Let's keep trying. Which is something we don't see Harman doing a lot.
Yes, absolutely. I think the example that you gave, that obviously the young players are there in the Bangladesh camp, and it is expected that they will lost the hope that okay, I think the match is gone, we tried so hard, but yes, again we have fell short. But it was the captain who lifted up the spirit by saying that okay, we're still in the game, let's fight till the last ball, and that is what you need from your captain, from your skipper. But when it comes to Harmanpreet Kaur, it is sad and it is surprising to see when things are not going according to your plan, it is your captain only who looks frustrated first, and her shoulder gets dropped. And if your captain is going through such
extreme emotion
on field, then it is obvious that your players will also get affected, and then you cannot blame your players to be not attentive in that game going forward, because obviously if emotions is going to catch you, then obviously you will fail to keep the momentum going or keep the attention going into the game.
Absolutely. The other part, of course, is that is when Smriti and Deepti has done a good job. Especially Smriti, we all knew, but Deepti, I'm seeing since the Australia series has started playing an active role in the whole leadership group. She speaks to the bowlers. That part is there. I think Radha is another one. Though she has not been in the playing 11, she is one of the subs generally. She whenever she's on the field, she speaks. Jemmy is another one, always encouraging, especially someone like, the other thing which I kind of never have I ever understood this. If somebody misfeels, you don't need to change them immediately. Against Australia, even in the bilaterals, I remember the moment Jemmy dropped the catch, he was changed from there. The captain herself is dropping catches, the vice captain is dropping catches. You cannot keep changing fields because somebody has dropped a catch. You're not supposed to drop one. Poor fielding. But you cannot be chasing the ball around. In fact, captaincy is about, thinking 2-3 overs ahead. Not that you react to what happened in the previous ball, which has been lacking. But do you think Harman's captaincy is also affected by the fact that her bat has not been doing a lot of talking?
Yeah, I think so. I think if she has been scoring some runs, I think then it could have helped her to get some confidence into her captaincy also, because and the worst part is that she's getting out in a similar fashion most of the time.
Same way,
similar fashion, and the 15, 20s or 30s maybe that she is scoring, she is looking good. She's coming out, she's playing some good shots, she's looking intent, full of intent, taking those singles, doubles. But again, one moment of lapse.
So there is one common thing. Every time Harman comes out to bat, and she bats for 5-6 balls. Snehasis and I are like, today is her day. She's batting very well. She just needs to stay on. But obviously that never reaches her. She does not stay on. And it is not even about not staying on. It is also about the fact that he said against Ash Gardner in the Australia series, even I would say Sri Lanka, it was the similar sort of shot. Even though it did not go to the point
Forward,
fielder, but it went behind to the wicket keeper. Pakistan, same.
Yes.
Pakistan, then we
Again
played
Australia, Megan shoot. It was not spinner.
South
but
Africa
again,
also same.
South Africa, yes, Chloe Tran.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it is not about spinner or pacer. It is about the same shot, same fielder. And you are still playing that shot. That's what international cricket is about. You have to probably learn to curtail. I mean, you need one big innings from her. At number 4, she is a very, very important batter. And she has, throughout her career, World Cups have been her significant contributions, to be honest. I know a lot of Harmanpreet Kaur fans are going to abuse right, left and centre, but the truth is that's the case. And in the World Cup you expect the most from her because that's what she has done. She has delivered during World Cups. During bilaterals she has missed out. During that period between the World Cup, she hasn't been great throughout her career, and her numbers say that. But World Cups has been a different story.
Yes, absolutely. If you go by stats, I think the average still, after these 4 innings also of this World Cup also still, ODI World Cup I am saying, still her average I think touching 48, 49. So it shows that she has done well in the ODI World Cups, and that everyone knows. That is nothing new. But yes, that is why the expectation is there. And if your captain is doing well with the bat, then her captaincy will be good. And and that will ultimately uplift the mood of the whole camp also.
Absolutely. Here's hoping that against England, we see a solid performance from the captain because, the Australian captain stood up.
Yeah.
New Zealand captain has stood up from time and again. England captain has stood up, and so has South African captain against us. When she's going through pretty bad run of form. And every single captain has contributed with the bat. With Sophie Devine, she's contributed with the ball as well. She's the highest scorer. Our captain needs to stand up and perform. I think even the Bangladesh captain has put up a little bit of a performance. It's important in matches like England, New Zealand, that she performs well, because we are in a must-win situation, and this is where good players have to stand up. If your top players do not stand up, and if since Harmanpreet is one of the top players, she needs to stand up. Also, I hope that rubs on her, on her captaincy as well, and we see a little bit of a more attacking approach on the field. Attacking field set, wicket taking field set, more than let them give us wickets, sort of. We'll come back soon with more, because today evening India is practicing in Indore. So we'll come back with the details of the practice. Stay tuned and keep watching Revsportz. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.